In today's hyper-connected world, a single social media post from a public figure can spark global outrage in mere minutes, sending shockwaves far beyond the original audience. Last week, a video shared from Donald Trump's account ignited a major controversy, quickly dominating headlines and trending across platforms. The video depicted Barack and Michelle Obama using racist caricatures, drawing immediate backlash from both the public and political leaders. Within hours, the post had been viewed millions of times, with reactions pouring in from every corner of the globe. Outrage spread rapidly across social media and news outlets, with many condemning both the content and the act of sharing it. Hashtags calling for accountability trended worldwide, and prominent voices demanded action. The incident raised urgent questions about judgment and responsibility in political discourse, especially when it comes to the influence of high-profile figures. Debates erupted over whether such posts should be protected as free speech or condemned as dangerous misinformation. Supporters called it satire, arguing it was meant to provoke discussion, while critics saw it as a dangerous normalization of hate and bigotry. The controversy highlighted deep societal divides and the power of digital platforms to amplify division, making it clear that online actions can have real-world consequences. As the debate raged on, communities across the country found themselves grappling with questions about the limits of expression and the responsibilities of those in power. Attention soon shifted from the video itself to Trump's response, as journalists and the public awaited his statement. The world waited to see if he would address the uproar, and his reaction only fueled the fire, intensifying the debate and drawing even more scrutiny. This episode became a flashpoint in the ongoing debate over standards for public figures online, raising new concerns about the impact of viral content. The speed and scale of the backlash underscored just how sensitive these issues remain, and how quickly a single post can ignite a global firestorm that forces society to confront its deepest divisions. To grasp the outrage, we must examine the video's content. It depicted the Obamas as apes, a racist trope with a long, painful history. Such imagery has been used for centuries to dehumanize black people and justify oppression. When aimed at the first black president and first lady, the message is amplified and deeply hurtful. Sharing this content from a powerful platform validates prejudice and emboldens hate. It undermines efforts toward equality and injects old poisons into public discourse. In today's tense climate, such images deepen divisions and make dialogue harder. The harm extends far beyond the Obamas, affecting entire communities. This was not just an insult, it was a socially disruptive act. The video's impact was a stark reminder of unresolved issues in American society. As outrage grew and the controversy dominated headlines, all eyes turned to Trump for a response. The nation waited, wondering if he would address the uproar or attempt to defuse the situation. When questioned by reporters, Trump refused to apologize, stating simply, "I didn't make a mistake." His tone was defiant, making it clear he felt no regret for his actions. He explained that he only liked the beginning of the video, distancing himself from its controversial ending. However, critics quickly pointed out that leaders are responsible for everything they share, regardless of intent. The expectation was that a figure of his stature would show accountability, but Trump dismissed the idea, insisting he had done nothing wrong. Trump admitted that no one on his team had reviewed the video's end before he posted it, raising serious concerns about the carelessness of his operation and the lack of oversight within his campaign. His refusal to apologize was celebrated by some supporters, who admired his unwillingness to back down, but it infuriated many others who saw it as a blatant disregard for responsibility. For critics, the lack of remorse was even more offensive than the original post itself. They argued that a true leader would have acknowledged the mistake and shown empathy. The episode highlighted a missed opportunity for leadership and compassion, leaving many to question Trump's judgment and priorities. Instead of calming tensions or seeking common ground, Trump doubled down, deepening the controversy and fueling the outrage on both sides. the response quickly became a new chapter in the ongoing story, fueling further division and dominating the national conversation for days. For many Americans, it was a clear rejection of basic standards of decency and accountability, leaving the country more divided than ever. A president's social media account is a global megaphone. Every post is amplified, scrutinized, and can instantly become international news. Sharing fringe content from such a platform gives it legitimacy and reach it would never have otherwise. This power comes with immense responsibility: to inform, unite, and lead, not to divide or harm. When leaders promote disrespectful or bigoted content, it lowers the bar for public discourse. Over time, this can erode the civility necessary for democracy. People look to leaders for cues. Aggression at the top encourages it below. A single post can spark unrest or deepen social wounds. That's why standards for these platforms must be exceptionally high. Lapses in judgment from such heights have real-world consequences. The ape caricature is one of the oldest, most damaging racist tropes in Western culture. Its roots stretch back centuries, appearing in everything from pseudoscientific texts to popular entertainment, always with the same goal: to dehumanize black people and justify their mistreatment. This grotesque imagery was used to rationalize and perpetuate slavery, segregation, and white supremacy for generations. It wasn't just a matter of cruel cartoons, it was a tool of oppression, woven into laws, policies, and everyday life. These images stripped black people of dignity and humanity, reinforcing a brutal social order that denied them basic rights and respect. The impact was felt in every aspect of life, from education to employment to personal safety. The pain from this history endures, carried by generations who still feel the sting of these stereotypes. Families pass down stories of resilience, but also of wounds that have yet to fully heal. Seeing the Obamas depicted this way is a traumatic reminder that these poisons persist. For many, it's not just about one image, it's about the constant threat of being reduced to a hateful caricature, no matter how much progress is made. The "it's just a joke" defense ignores the deep wounds such images reopen. Humor can be a weapon, and when it's used to reinforce old prejudices, it causes real harm, especially to those who have been targeted for generations. Jokes, rooted in centuries of violence and oppression, cannot be separated from that legacy. They echo the pain of the past and remind us how far we still have to go. For a leader to share such content is a profound failure of empathy and responsibility. Leaders set the tone for society, and their actions can either heal or deepen old wounds. It's not just an insult to individuals, it's an attack on progress and equality. Every time these images resurface, they threaten to undo the hard-won gains of those who fought for justice. The episode shows how old stereotypes still haunt our present, reminding us that the fight against racism is far from over, and that vigilance and empathy are needed now more than ever. The public expects leaders to embody character, integrity, and respect. A president is supposed to unite, not divide, and to set a positive tone for the nation. Sharing racist content falls far short of these expectations. Leaders' words and actions ripple through society, shaping attitudes and behaviors. Accountability is key. When leaders err, the public expects them to own up and apologize. Trump's refusal to apologize was seen as a rejection of this principle. Instead of empathy, he deflected blame, deepening the sense of grievance. Leaders must understand the nation's history and its diverse population. Failing to grasp why such imagery is offensive is a failure of leadership. The expectation isn't perfection, but thoughtfulness and responsibility. Trump's admission that probably nobody reviewed the end spotlights the importance of a competent team. Public figures rely on staff to vet content and prevent damaging mistakes. A breakdown in this process signals carelessness and poor judgment. In high-stakes politics, every post should be scrutinized for potential harm. If staff can't push back or warn against bad decisions, errors become inevitable. Ultimately, responsibility rests with the leader. Pointing to staff error may explain, but not excuse, the lapse. The public expects leaders to be accountable for what's shared in their name. This incident is a cautionary tale about the need for diligent, empowered teams. Words and images are a leader's most powerful tools. They can inspire hope or stoke division, heal or wound. The images leaders share shape reality for millions and define national character. The racist caricature of the Obamas delivered its message more viscerally than words ever could. Once released, harmful images can't be contained. They become memes, symbols, and sources of pain. Leaders must consider the life their content will have after posting. Amplifying hate normalizes it across society. Every public statement is a brushstroke in the portrait of our nation. When leaders elevate racist stereotypes, it tarnishes that portrait for all. This debate is about more than a video. It's about the country we want to be. This episode underscores two pillars of public life: respect and accountability. Respect means recognizing the dignity of all, even opponents. Sharing racist imagery is a profound act of disrespect that erodes trust. Accountability is how we maintain standards. Apologies matter. By refusing to apologize, Trump sidestepped this process, unsettling many. These values aren't distractions, they're central to democracy's health. Without respect and accountability, society becomes vulnerable to division and decay. How we respond to moments like this defines our collective values. The controversy isn't just about Trump or the Obamas, it's about the standards we set for leaders and ourselves. Leadership is about responsibility, and demanding it is essential for the nation's future.